Hey Joey,
Hey man, how are you?
doing good. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's good to see you.
Good to see you again. I believe we spoke last year.
We did. Look at
Yeah.
your hair's mad long now.
Yeah.
Good for you. I'm trying to get there. I got to put some Miracle Grow or whatever you're using on it.
Just natural.
It's
No.
just natural. Well, you got good genetics then, man.
So how was your day so far, Joey?
Day's going well so far. Just waking up before I start the grind to another Tuesday. How about yourself?
It's almost end of the day for me.
Yeah.
I live
Wait,
in the
wait,
south.
whereabouts?
I live in India.
Oh, okay. Oh, day's coming to an end for you.
Yeah.
What time is it over there?
It's 8:30 almost.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. You're ending yours. I'm starting mine.
Yeah, sounds good, Joey. So, Joey, May 27th, you released your new single, Blame the Dead. So, can you tell me a bit about the songwriting and the production behind this new single?
Yeah. So I came to the studio. I approached my producer JD with an idea that I wanted to write something more aggressive than usual, and I wanted to take some elements of rock and metal that normally don't go together so well, and try to make something of it. I wanted a very thrash style verse, you know what I'm saying, like old Metallica style,
Yeah.
and but a very melodic chorus as well at the same time. So um, and the direction behind it all was just a matter of, again, like I'm so if anybody who's known me for a long time knows that I'm like pretty anti media. I'm really just anti politics for the most part. Anything that creates division amongst people, I'm like really big on that. Um, I'm like anti-religion, although I'm not anti-belief, anti-faith. I believe that is so important. I believe spirituality is important. I believe people should believe in something,
Yeah.
but I believe that anything that is controlled by man to manipulate and, you know, move the masses, I am like anti that, because man is evil, and it's been proven time and time again that power, you know, brings corruption, and it's a very difficult position to be in, because a lot of people would take advantage of it, and I think we've seen that for obviously uh, decades and centuries, and, you know, long honestly before it all, you know what I'm saying? So but it's more in our faces now than ever, and just watching how the media will
Mm.
hide certain things, it's just the agendas cannot be more obvious. And for those that are not seeing them, are just people that are just, they choose to leave their blinders on. So but again, I look at people, and I have a lot of friends and family that have all sorts of opinions and stuff, and a lot of them don't get along now because of these things, where back in the day, difference of opinions were not a reason to no longer speak to somebody. You know what I'm saying? That was just like, whatever, you like this, I like that, fine, move on. End of the day, what do you want on your pizza? Now it's like a whole different thing. You know, it's taken so personal, and um, I don't like that. I think it's a horrible thing to do. We are social creatures by habit,
Mm.
and just, you know, kind of creating these little physical or virtual echo chambers is really actually not good for us. At the end of the day, we think it is because we like validation, but it's not good. It's really not good. At the end of the day, there's no room for growth, and there's no room for just good, healthy conversation. So that was
Amazing.
that.
Amazing. And I know you've been putting up a lot of singles lately. And do you have plans to come up with a full-length album probably end of this year or early next year?
Yeah, we get asked this question a lot, and I think um it's important to, like, okay, so yes, we are working towards a record. The reason why we don't just drop a record, though, is because there's so much money to go into creating a record, and then all of a sudden when you drop it, if you don't have the right things moving, like the proper, like, you got to put, okay, so it costs thousands to create the record,
Yeah.
then you're going to need thousands to promote the record. And then now, because playlisting is such a thing, you need to find and make sure that, you know, the playlisting is ready to go. You got to make sure your press is ready to go. All of these things are like so many moving parts, and we have gotten big as possible on a DIY scale. And I think we continue to keep pushing that on a DIY scale, and, you know, not needing a label, but it would be nice to have a label with a good deal. I've always been open to a label as long as the deal was there, but unfortunately the deal has never been there. So if the deal were to present itself and all parties were happy, I would love to release a full length. That would be the move. But at the moment here, we're kind of like creating singles just because it's kind of the new way of doing it. I am also open to doing it, dropping in the EP, you know, like a 5/6 length, you know, length album, and just getting that out there. We're sitting on a lot of material, so I mean, we have the material for it. We just like, it's like, man, you know, we drop it, but it's like driving a brand new car off the lot, as we like to say here. So it's like, you just, as soon as you drive that car off the lot, you already devalued by like 50%. So it's such a new, you know, the industry. So I think that the people even running the industry still have no idea how to navigate through the new, you know, with all the technology and the streaming platforms and all of that. There's still, everybody's trying to figure out where to put their dollars without, you know, screwing themselves. And I think us being on a DIY scale, I don't have it figured out, obviously, but I'm just trying to do something that's a little bit more safe and smart for us at the moment here. But
Sounds good. And you also had a plan to release the video for Blame the Dead. So how is it coming up? Do you have a release day plan for that?
yeah, so, oh God. So we had 3 different release dates set, and it's been quite interesting to say the least. Unfortunately, we got a draft back from the videographer, and it was not a good representation of the band or what the song was about. So we immediately itsnayed it. This was like the day we were supposed to put it out. The day before, actually. No, the day of. I'm sorry. I got it 15 minutes before premiere time. So I upload it without even checking it, in good faith. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me give this a quick once over, because this song is like, the message has to be delivered like perfectly, or this song can be taken, you know, whichever way. And I wanted to make sure it was right. And when I saw it, it was like not even close to what I was looking to do. It was very polarizing.
Mhm.
And on both sides, like, there was just imagery that I was not about. And I'm like, this is not what this song is about. So I pulled the plug on it last minute. We got in touch with, so New Fury Media was the one that was picking up the premiere for it. And we told them that we apologize. We're like, listen, this is the scoop. And they're like, no worries. So fast forward to now, we're supposed to be getting the video on Thursday of this week. So we'll see how it goes. I am not holding my breath at this point.
And,
Jeez.
and Joey, how is the touring plan looks for you? Are you currently touring, or any plans for tour this year?
Yeah. So we have a lot of one-off dates right now. We have some festivals. We've been slowly, like, every weekend we've had some dates for the past couple days, or the past couple weeks. So we're just gonna keep going with that. We got another show this Saturday in Niagara Falls. We played at Allentown. We played Cleveland. We're kind of hitting these markets that, like, you know, are pretty good for us, and we're just gonna kind of keep things moving, and show, you know, let everybody know we're still active and playing shows. As far as tours go, again, it's like we have some things in the works, but we're kind of between agencies right now. So we're trying to see, you know, where we want to go. We're shopping for a new agency, so we'll see how that kind of goes. That's always like, you know, whatever. We're just self-booking right now with the relationships that we have at the moment here, and we're gonna see how long that goes into play. So.
Sounds good. And what would be some of the upcoming plans this year for you guys?
So we're going to be dropping a lot of material, really just hammering in on, like, I mean, we've been in the studio for the past 2 years, and it's been just, you know, I want to say like pretty quiet on our end, just because we're working like actively behind the scenes. So you know, we've always been, even when we're quiet online, I'd like to, you know, people should know that we are so busy behind the scenes, and like I was just saying, and it's just time now to unleash all of this stuff. So you're actually going to be the first to know this, but we're going to drop another single next Friday called Nemesis. So now it's just like time to boom, boom, boom. We're going to get it all out, and we're just going to keep bringing it and everything like that. And then July, we got set up for another release we're going to do. And then late August, we're probably going to drop another single then. Like every month, we're going to just start hammering things out with content and building from there. Yeah, I mean, that's really the goal right now. It's just like to, you know, stay active, you know, book. We got a couple tours in the works, you know, so that'll happen. But it's really right now, the focus is just dropping a lot of new songs and getting the new music out there to people. I mean, we've been sitting on it for like 2-3 years now, so I'm tired of listening to it myself.
And with so much of amazing music that we have created, and I believe a lot of people from all around the world are loving Outlier. So what are your goals to reach out to the people, and any plans to tour around the world?
Yeah, so we've been working on getting to Europe. It's just got to like make sense, because right now it's so, again, everything really comes down to money at the end of the day for us. It's like, you know, are we going to be able to survive a tour, you know, in Europe right now? And, you know, we're working with our agent to see what it is. It's like, do we go out with ourselves and pick a couple bands from Europe to tour with us, or do we get part of a package and go out? You know what I'm saying? We've also been focusing really hard on Brazil. We're making a lot of noise right now in Brazil, which is great. So we're trying to focus on other parts of the world right now, as far as like gearing like our streaming and our attention to other places. So even India, honestly, like we're really just focusing on like the other markets and stuff like that right now, as far as like promotion and marketing. So after that, yes, the goal is to get out there and to play in all these, you know, awesome areas that I feel deserve more recognition and attention than they deserve. So, you know.
Amazing, amazing, Joey. And would you like to share some of the great moments that you had in the last couple of years?
As far as the great moments I've had, I would say like I mean, Chris Motionless from Motionless in White has been probably the one of the biggest blessings for this band. He is, you know, now I can call him a friend, which is great. But at the time, you know, he was just a really good acquaintance who looked out for me and the band, and he got us all over on Octane, you know, radio, which just kind of like blew us up to a whole nother level. It created so much awareness for the band. It got a lot of eyes and attention on us, and he's just done it time and time again. He's just shown his love and support, and it's just, you don't get a lot of that in this industry. You don't get a lot of like big dogs looking out for the little guys, you know. And so when that happens, it's like something that I truly will latch on to. And, you know, so I will definitely say that that's one of the greatest things. Again, my relationship with my producer, JD, he's a longtime friend. Sorry, there's a plane going by. I don't know if you can hear that. I wanted to sit outside. In New York, we don't get too many nice days, so I wanted to sit outside. So, but yeah, so you know, my relationship with my producers is something I take, you know, account as a blessing every day. Gemini Syndrome taking us out on tour, another, probably one of my favorite times, you know, within the past couple of years, especially because we were a part of a great package for the 6 weeks we went out. And then on the last date, they're like, oh yeah, we'll see you in October. We're like, what? And so they're like, oh, and then they just like made it happen. They took us out, and then we were direct support for them on that tour. So it's like, it's all about building relationships with people. And for me, those are my favorite things that I can like pick out of every year, is like the friendships that I build with people, and you know, things like that. So
Sounds amazing. And I've been listening to Outlier for some time now, and I see a lot of changes in each and every song. There's always a change, it never stays the same. So
Yep.
that's a brilliant work from you. But in the future, do you plan to do more of experimentation in the band, or how is it going to be for you in the future?
I always want to keep people guessing. I never want anybody to go, oh, I know what they're putting out next. Like it's I have always, I mean, it's in the name Outlier. It's everything. It's not just like it's like everything. It's like I want to be the one that stands apart from like everything, from ideologies to like the sound to everything. I mean, I'm not saying we're original, but what I'm going to say is we do what we want, and that's really what it comes down to. We march to the beat of our own drums. So if I want to write a very aggressive song, I'm going to write it. If I want to write a ballad, I'm going to write it. If I'm going to write something that's like more written for radio, I guess, like Buried Me Alive would be one of our songs that we write for radio, then I'm going to write something like that. I mean, the stuff that we have coming up is, I am most excited about it because it's kind of tapping into the industrial rock metal element now. So like, which I also grew up on too. So you go back in the day and, I mean, I grew up on like a lot of 90s new metal and 90s grunge so you take old Nine Inch Nails and you definitely throw that in there. Old Power Man 5000, old White Zombie,
Yeah.
Fear Factory, and just Rammstein, like all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I love all that, so I'm gonna kind of like sprinkle a little bit of that like throughout our catalog and stuff. So
Sounds great. Sounds great. And Joe, you finally, what would be the message that you want to give to the fans around the world?
yes, absolutely. So I don't care about politics, and I think at the end of the day, a concert music is a universal language for those all over the world. It's something we all can connect with. It's something we all find peace. Um, we can relate to it. We love it. We can meet new people through it, and all of that shit does not matter at the end of the day. And that's kind of a way that I would love to see all of us live our lives. Not just with music, but outside of music. It doesn't matter about what your views, your ideas, your what you want to identify as, or what your political parties are. None of that. We're not one of those bands that if you're like this, don't talk to us. Like there's a lot of bands that create division and they play into the bullshit, and a lot of it's because they just want to be accepted. That they're playing the valid, they're seeking validation as well in their own way. But the problem is what's happening is when people go to concerts, that stuff gets thrown out the window.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like I don't want that at our shows. Sorry if it's getting louder again.
No, that's fine. Yes, no problem. And Joey, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this opportunity to have this wonderful interview with you, and a real pleasure to meet you again. And thank you to you and the entire band, all success. And thank you for the amazing music that you guys been giving to the metal fraternity around the world. Thank you so much for that. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for having me again. It was great seeing you. And I hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon, buddy. Take care of yourself and have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.